thing runs like crap. Oh, wait a minute. Oops. Well, I think there's a problem here. I think I'm missing something. A fuel tank. One, this thing runs like crap. So today, new carburetor, and we're probably going to get an exhaust system on this so that it's quieter, and you'll notice that a lot of black smoke is coming out here and getting pulled into the engine, which is fouling the plug and just making a mess of everything. So we can do a little bit of maintenance, get this thing running better so that we can get it put to work. I'm not sure how much of this you're going to see, but I'm going to pull the muffler here, and I think it's similar in size to this one, but I'm going to pull it, bend this back out, try to straighten it up, and then you can't see it now, but underneath there, maybe you can see it. It is it's disconnected. So let's get this muffler off and bend this straight, start getting the new one ready to go on. There we go. So this tank here and the muffler, when I got it, had been damaged and I couldn't save the tank, and I've just been running it without the muffler. So today's fix-it time. There we go. There we go. Alright. Got it off. One old muffler out. I may end up using that bracket, but that's out. And then let's try to round this out a little bit. Yeah, I said many times on the initial build, this does not need to be perfect, and as long as I can get this on there and mounted, I'll be happy. Alright, let's see if we can't get this straightened out here. Okay, let's see if we can't put a little pressure on this. Oh wow, that works better than I thought it would. Okay, I'll take that. That's a win. Okay, so I'm going to slide on that. And then I think, oh yeah, that'll slide in there. Well, I've been fitting some stuff down here. I got this ready to go here. I cut the, sorry about that. I cut the short piece that'll go in between the existing exhaust and the new muffler. And I think I'm ready to give it a test fit. I think it should be okay. I really do. At least I hope. I hope. Throw some new clamps on. Oh, wait a minute. What? Maybe the other one works. Let's see. No. Well, that sucks. Maybe the old one. Oh, yeah. The old clamp will work. Spectacular. A bit more of a challenge than I thought it would be. Okay. All right. That is in there. Now I need to go over to the manifold side, make sure that's all tightened down. So I'm going to go over there, tighten that down, and then I'll be back and finish this up on this side. Okay, well, I have the new muffler on, got it piped up, got the manifold tightened on the other side, so let's start it up now and let's see how much quieter it is. Hopefully quite a bit. Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Oops. Well, I think there's a problem here. I think I'm missing something. A fuel tank. All right, let's get the fuel tank back on this thing. Oh, goodness. I'm like, man, it doesn't want to start. Thinking it doesn't want to start. What's wrong? Fuel. I'm gonna get a little prime. Wow, that's crazy. That is so much quieter than this when it isn't hooked up. So that's a win. And a lot of black smoke coming out of there because it was pulling soot in. So I think that that's what that's from. But next step, new carburetor. So let's get on that. Well, it got rained out last night. Just started raining, didn't stop. So next morning, let's get the carburetor off of there. Get the new one on. Everything on these tend to be heavy. come on. Don't drop it. All right, here we go. Awkward and heavy. Nice combination. Now this should go on relatively easily, famous last words. But we'll see. Not sure how well you'll be able to see that. But we've got a vacuum hose for the hydrovac that goes down below. Everything else is just pretty simple. I may be able to get rid of this contraption here and go straight on to the carburetor. We'll see. Yeah, overall, this is a pretty simple setup. Yeah, that's the throttle right there. Really kind of refreshing to work on this old stuff. Points, condenser, carburetor, super simple. You know, about as easy as it gets as far as working on something. It's just kind of nice. This universal carburetor I'm putting on it should run better. It's got a little bit of a riser stack, and if I remember things correctly, that creates a little more velocity in the air fuel mixture, and helps the engine run a little bit better, which it could use all the help it can get. But there we are. Old carburetor off. So, man, this thing is, look at this, they welded that on. This used to be an automatic choke, and they welded that on, and yeah, I'd just say this thing's this spring over here is broken. That's off. Well, not broken, but it's just off. There was a lot wrong with that thing. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of surprised it ran at all. Yeah, it just had a lot wrong with it. And I've known I needed to do this for quite a while. But, hey, sometimes you just got to keep them running. Yeah, this thing's in bad shape. This is... an angle. There we go. So this was welded on. That's for the choke. And then this return spring down here, I mean, it's not even attached anymore. And that's, well, not return spring, but that's the fuel pump. So there's a little fuel pump down in there, and that wasn't even hooked up. So I had it running real rich, and yeah, this was a problem. So let's fit up the new one. Okay, so here's the new one. Everything on this one works the way it's supposed to. Well, I'm assuming it does. I'm going to readjust this over here so that it's up. On this one, you'll see it's forward just a little bit. So when I set this one up, I'm going to move this and bring it up, and then I'll use that hole there. Yeah, that's, come on. There we go. So if I look at that one, it's about right there. I mean, so far these kits, I'm impressed. Doesn't seem like it's all that difficult to make this work. But I've got this for throttle. That's for the throttle goes here. I should probably tighten this first hole. That's easy enough to change if that's not it. All right, I'm probably gonna have to modify some of this to get it to work. Gaskets in place. Kind of doing this by feel. It's installed. This is actually the jet. It's a variable jet. Vacuum line. Fuel. I'm not hooked up for right now. I don't have the choke hooked up. I don't need that to try to start it. But yeah. Let's try to start it, see if it runs. Well, that was fantastic. A little anticlimactic, but really fantastic. Runs great. Let's get a few more RPMs into her. A little more idle on it. So what I'm doing here, I don't know if you can see that. What I'm doing here is I'm adjusting the idle. So you run it up, 2,000 RPM. Feel it, hear it stumble, back it off. Honestly, there's more work to do than that to get this thing running the way it needs to. But overall, that's it. It runs, it works. And I gotta tell you, boy, it sounds better. It sounds better, it runs better. Listen to this thing. Not misfiring. It's not blowing black smoke. I think this is a win. So, for now, this project's done. Well, actually, it's not done. Look at that. Brakes aren't working very well, something going on there. Let's get this thing up in the air. Let's check out the brakes, see if we can fix that. But the engine's running well enough for now. Let's dive into that. I'll be back in a minute.